Balance isn't just for older people. Balance is for humans who live on a planet with floors, curbs, wet leaves, and random toys that appear in hallways like they spawned there overnight. What's up, you beautiful beasts? In this video, we're gonna talk strength training and osteoporosis. And I want you to start with a sentence that might actually feel like a plot twist if you grew up in diet culture. Moving your body is not about burning calories.
What?
It's not about earning your food, and it's not about proving that you are good because you suffered through a workout that made you question your life choices. Moving your body, or moving the beast, is about building a body that can carry you through your actual life. And when we're talking about osteoporosis or osteopenia, this becomes less about gains and more about protection, confidence, and staying independent. And this topic is very personal for me because my mom was recently diagnosed with osteoporosis and has already broken 2 bones. That's why I'm here. But anyway, long story. That's somewhere else on this channel. So today we're going to talk about how movement can help, what kinds of training matters, and how to approach this in a way that feels strong and safe and not scary and fragile. Let's get into it.
Disclaimer. This is not a substitute for medical advice, physical therapy, or injury rehab. If you're navigating pain, injury, or a complex condition, please consult a qualified healthcare provider to make sure your body's getting the care it needs. This space is about movement as celebration, not punishment. I'm an NESM certified personal trainer, certified nutritionist, and master neurotransformational results coach, and I believe fitness should feel like empowerment, not shame. What you'll find here are strength-focused tools, mindset shifts, and body-honoring strategies that help you move in ways that feel good and sustainable for you. What you won't find are one-size-fits-all programs, quick fixes, or pressure to conform to an aesthetic. You're not here to shrink. You're here to build strength, reclaim joy, and move with purpose, power, and full body respect.
The big reframe. This is not a calorie conversation. Okay, let's talk about the fitness culture lie that really needs to retire. A lot of people have been taught that movement only counts if it burns a ton of calories, leaves you drenched, or if it looks impressive. Like if your smartwatch didn't congratulate you with digital confetti, your workout was pointless. That mindset is basically diet culture in athletic shoes. But your bones, they don't care about your calorie burn. Bones care about safe stress and repetition over time. Your nervous system cares about stability and confidence, and your future self cares about not falling, not fracturing, and not living with the constant background fear of what if I break something just existing? So today, we are redefining gains. The gains that we want are strength you can use, balance that keeps you upright, posture that supports your spine, muscle that helps you protect your joints, and confidence in your body. The flex is being able to do your life. Bones science without the boring lecture. Here's the simple science explained like a human. Your bones are actually living tissue. They're not just decorative skeleton parts that hang out inside of you. Bone is constantly remodeling based on the signals that your body gets. One of the biggest signals is called mechanical loading, which is a fancy way of saying your body responds to what you ask it to do. When you strength train, your muscle pulls on the bone, and then that pulling sends a message that says, we need this structure to be stronger for this life. When you do weight-bearing movement like walking or stair climbing, you load your bones through the ground up. That matters too. And movement helps in another way that's just as important, especially if someone already has osteoporosis. Movement improves strength, coordination, and balance. That can lower fall risk. And since a lot of fractures happen because of falls, like my mom tripping over her dog and breaking her hip, fall prevention is fracture prevention. A lot of preventions. This is why just move more is not the whole answer, but do the right kinds of movement consistently can be a game changer. The Move the Beast Bone Support Framework. If you want a simple mental map for bone health, I want you to think in 3 lanes. The first lane is strength training. This is like the main character. We want stronger legs, hips, glutes, back muscles, and grip. We want the muscles that help you stand up, sit down, carry groceries, get out of a chair, climb stairs, reach for stuff, and catch yourself if you trip. Real life strength. The second lane is weight-bearing movement. This is upright movement against gravity. Walking counts. Stairs count. Hiking counts. Dancing counts. This doesn't have to be intense to matter. Consistency is the magic. The third lane is balance and posture. Balance isn't just for older people. Balance is for humans who live on a planet with floors, curbs, wet leaves, and random toys that appear in hallways like they spawned there overnight. Posture and spinal support matter too, because we want the strength that protects the spine, not strength that beats it up. If you do those 3 lanes in a way that fits your body and risk level, You're moving the beast for bone health. Strength training, the kind that builds confidence, not fear. Okay, let's talk strength training in a way that doesn't make people panic. When I say strength training, I'm not saying that you need to become a competitive powerlifter. If that's your thing though, go for it, but this isn't a join the barbell cult or you'll crumble into dust message. Strength training is simply progressive resistance. That means that you're gradually challenging your muscles over time. And you can do that with bodyweight, bands, machines, dumbbells, kettlebells, or barbells. The tool isn't the point. The progression is the point. If you want to keep it simple, train the movement patterns that show up in your daily life. You squat something, meaning you sit down and stand up. You hinge, meaning you bend at the hips while keeping a strong spine. You push, you pull, you carry, you step. That's it. That's the whole movie. And you get to start at the level that your body can handle today. Water. Weight-bearing movement, the underrated daily win. Now let's talk about weight-bearing movement because this is where people either overcomplicate it or underestimate it. Weight-bearing movement simply means that you're upright and your skeleton is doing the job of holding you up. Walking is weight-bearing. Stairs are weight-bearing. Hiking is weight-bearing. Even a steady walk while you listen to a podcast or pretend you're the main character in a dramatic film montage is weight-bearing. It's not about crushing miles, it's about giving your bones regular, consistent loading and giving your body regular practice at moving through the world. If you do nothing else, a daily walk and a couple strength training sessions per week is actually a powerful starting point. Balance and posture, the quiet superpower. Okay, balance is the quiet superhero in this story. A lot of people focus only on bone density, but the real life problem is often the fall. So again, if you can reduce the falls, you reduce the chances of fractures. Balance training can be simple, it can be short, and it can be daily. And posture work matters because we want strength that supports your spine. Strong back muscles, strong glutes, strong core stability, and good alignment habits can help you move with more confidence and less risk. It's not about standing like a statue. This is about creating support through your trunk so that your body feels steady and safe. Safety without scare tactics. Smarter, not smaller. Okay, real talk. We need to talk safety, especially if you have osteoporosis or a fracture history, because this is where people go to one of two extremes. Extreme number one is, I'm never moving again. I will now become one with my couch. Extreme number two is, here's for the weak. Hand me a barbell and a dream. We're doing neither. If you have osteoporosis, especially if there's concern about spinal fractures, the goal is not to stop moving. Goal is to move in a way that builds strength while treating your spine like the precious, hardworking, slightly dramatic masterpiece that it is. So yeah, we're gonna be cautious when there's repeated deep bending where your spine is rounded under load. We're gonna be cautious with aggressive twisting, especially the twist and crunch combo that shows up in a lot of core workouts. And we're gonna earn intensity like a grown-up.
Okay.
With good form, a steady progression, and zero need to impress anyone's algorithm. Now, this doesn't mean you need to live in bubble wrap. It means that you train like someone who respects their bones. You can get strong without doing the riskiest version of everything. You can train your core without living in crunchland. You can strengthen your back and hips without folding forward under heavy load with a rounded spine. And you can build strong legs without turning every session into a chaos circuit where your heart rate is having a panic attack and your form leaves the building. And if that makes you feel relieved, perfect. That relief is your nervous system realizing that you can get stronger without feeling threatened. A simple weekly rhythm for real humans. Okay, let's make this practical so your brain doesn't sprint away screaming. And I need you to hear this first. This is a starting point, a template, a try this on and tailor it situation, not a one-size-fits-all plan, because our bodies are not like IKEA furniture. You don't all come with the same parts and with the same instructions. Your bone density, your fracture history, your balance, your strength right now, your pain, your comfort level, your medications, your confidence, all different. So use this framework as a baseline and then adjust with your clinician or a physical therapist who knows your specific situation. If you're in prevention mode, meaning normal bone density or osteopenia without a scary fracture history, a realistic rhythm could look like strength training 2 to 3 times a week, weight-bearing movement most days, and a couple little balance sessions sprinkled in. Simple, boring in the best way, repeatable. If you have osteoporosis, especially if you've had fractures, We still want strength training, but we turn the dial down towards control and alignment. You build slowly, you earn intensity with great form, and you choose exercises that match your risk level. You still do weight-bearing movement, but you keep it appropriate for your body and your safety. Are you getting the hint yet? And balance becomes a regular habit because falls are often the moment fractures happen, so preventing falls is part of the plan. This is the steady and strong era, not the spicy and chaotic era. And here's the mantra for this entire video. We don't chase fatigue. We chase function. What strength training can look like without overthinking it. If you've ever looked at a workout plan and thought, cool, I need 7 pieces of equipment, 3 apps, and a minor in exercise science. Let's simplify. Strength training can start with movements that already exist in your daily life, and we've already gone over a few of these. Standing up from a chair, climbing a step, carrying groceries, reaching and pulling, pushing something away, hinging at the hips while keeping the spine supported. Progression can be as simple as doing a little more over time, whether that's slightly more resistance, an extra rep, another set, better control, or more confident range of motion. And if you're unsure what's safe for your body, not knowing isn't a personal failure, and it's not a motivation problem, and it's not a discipline problem. It's a support problem. That's exactly when a physical therapist or a well-qualified personal trainer who understands osteoporosis can help you build confidence and avoid movements that don't match your needs. Fear, avoidance, and the cycle that keeps people stuck. Okay, let's talk about fear, because osteoporosis can bring fear into the room really fast. If you've seen fractures happen from something that seems small, your brain starts scanning for danger everywhere. What if walking is risky? What if lifting is risky? What if moving is risky? And I want to say this gently. Avoiding all movement is not the safe option. It often leads to more weakness over time, less balance, less confidence, and more fear. It's very rude. The safer option is appropriately chosen movement that builds strength, balance, and trust in your body. Moving your beast can be gentle and still be powerful. Can be slow and still be effective. Consistency beats intensity when intensity scares you out of showing up. Myth bust. Repeatable movement is not the problem. Okay, quick myth bust, because I can already hear the fitness police warming up their keyboards and sharpening their opinions. Myth. If you can repeat a workout, it must not be intense enough to work. Like repeatable equals pointless. Like if you're not reffed, it didn't count. Truth. Repeatable movement is not the problem. The problem is the myth that the hardest workout is the best workout. Especially for bone health, the goal is not to chase suffering. The goal is to send your body the right signal consistently over time. Strength, balance, control, progression. That's the magic. Not the workout that takes you out for a week and makes you afraid to come back. Your movement doesn't have to look impressive. It has to be useful. It has to support your life. And it has to be something that you can actually do again, because that's how bodies change. The wrap-up section. All right, let's land this plane, but first, I want to hear from you. In the comments, tell me what you want your body to be able to do in 10 years from now. Not what you want it to look like, what you want it to do. Carry groceries without fear? Travel without worrying about falls? Play on the floor with your kids or grandkids? Do you want to keep hiking? Do you want to keep lifting? Do you want to keep living? Drop it in the comments, because I want to normalize training for life, not punishment. And here's the big takeaway. Move the Beast is bigger than calories, and it's bigger than gym culture gains. This is movement as protection, movement as independence, movement as future you support. If you want help building a plan that supports bone health without fear-based fitness nonsense, book an exploration chat. The link's in the description. And remember, every time you choose movement that supports your life and not your shame, you are unveiling the beautiful beast within you.